there's a lot of truth in that. I think that I think nothing is free, not in the sense that it's worthless, but in the sense that you do something because you want a certain result. And it might be that it's not financial. Like you might want to help people just because you like helping people. But you're still helping them because it makes you feel good. So you're still not doing it for them, right? If you feel good about helping somebody, then you're not helping them for them, you're helping them for you. Now, if you absolutely hate helping people and you spend all your time helping people, then you're going to be really unhappy. So that's stupid as well. So the concept of value is in what a person brings to the situation, in terms of how what they're doing fits into their philosophy of life or their own personal set of skills or characteristics. So it's nice to help people, but if helping people leaves the person doing the help disadvantaged, then it creates a giant emotional vacuum, basically. Um, and you end up with a large amount of space. And when I talk about this, I think about the idea of Jesus being all nice and helping people and not worried about the effects of his actions because feeling that he's doing the right thing. But at the end of the day, a, a great and wise man was lost to society for a very stupid reason. And you can argue that sacrifice works, and that was the whole point. And there's a strong argument for that, and I think that's true a lot of the time. But there are other arguments as well. Um, that modern Western society has no father figure because Jesus never became a husband or a father, and he never lived long enough to have a greater influence. And these people don't want to talk about it, but these vacuums exist within society which still affect us today, and they affect us culturally, and they affect our, our interactions with each other and how we view the world. So it seems to me that you have done all the right things so far. And you said at the beginning of the conversation that you were too honest with people. Um, Now, I understand the negative side of that because I can think about when there are things that I think that maybe I should not say to people, and sometimes I don't say them because there's no benefit to anybody for me saying for me saying them. Uh, there would just be a large set of problems as a result. But in general, honesty is always the safest policy because it lets everybody know where you are and where you stand and what you believe in. In a system where you can't be honest, you can't be yourself. If you can't be yourself, you can't really be very happy, I don't think. So I don't think that it's negative to communicate openly about some of the fears that we have. Um, but obviously some people are going to use this against us as well. And it's really sad that people will do that. It's really not a very intelligent thing to do. It's not helpful. It doesn't help anybody doing that. Because the only way to develop friendships is to be honest with people.
Mm.
But if people abuse the honesty, then you can't develop friendships any further. So, and then that means they do this with everybody. They won't do this with one person. They'll do this with most people. It'll be a character trait or a character habit that they have. Um, well, it's obviously not an objective statement to say she can't speak English or she can't speak English properly or she can't speak English well, because there doesn't appear to be any evidence of that. You know, the important question to ask is where is the evidence, or show me the evidence, or tell me more about this. Ah, okay, so you have a problem with my language skills. Um, could you give me evidence of this? Well, somebody somewhere said something. Well, that's somebody somewhere said something. That's not actually evidence. That's, third-hand reporting of somebody else's opinion. That's not actually evidence. Could you give me some evidence? Oh, well, this person in this position in this organization said, well, that's a call to authority as being truth, and authority is not truth. Authority is authority, and truth is truth. So that's not evidence either. So, well, a large number of people have said that yes, but the majority are usually wrong most of the time. So that's also not an argument. Where's the evidence? Because if there isn't evidence, they can't present evidence. All they can present is opinion and hearsay and gossip and rumor and groupthink and appeals to authority. And none of that is real. When someone says Oxford is better than Cambridge, you can say, that's interesting. I haven't heard that perspective before. Could you tell me the source of this? And then people get angry with you because you want to know more. But it basically, there's so much of what people say that is a kind of false reality. It's
Mm.
an inability to present evidence.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a little bit of what I wanted to talk about, which was fallacies. These principal ideas that people bring as arguments, but they're not really arguments. They're not really anything at all. And